We're back.
And we are back.
Wheel of Theology Wednesday.
We put Mary back on top of the shelf.
Yeah, we couldn't hold her. We'll figure out our new space soon.
And we spun her. Halo.
And we did.
And Jeannie, I need to inform you.
What?
Your halo has fallen backwards.
Oh, my halo has slipped.
It's like behind your head. Oh, there it is. Maybe there. You can keep it.
I knew that note would come in handy.
We're good. I got to put it away. I got to put my safety glasses on because ouch!
I knew that nose would come in handy.
Okay. So as a reminder, top of my head.
Yeah.
When we say silly things,
this is how it works.
Our associates off camera.
Yeah, our production team. If we say something silly during Wheel of Theology Wednesday, they will peg us with mini marshmallows.
Okay, so the word is piety, my dear.
What is piety?
Piety is a luscious, delicious pie made out of tea.
With a cup of tea. That was stupid. You deserve that one, man.
It's better than some of the piety stuff. Pie with tea.
But I think that for people that are middle-aged, they are definitely going to...
Yikes, where are you going with this?
No, well, they have a whole different feeling of piety because when they were little, a lot of what the church did was sort of encourage you to be pious.
Pious.
Right? So piety was that if you loved God, you were going to be sort of serious and not silly in church. And when I was little, we wore gloves. White gloves.
Oh, my word.
White gloves from, Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then black gloves the rest of the year. Same with shoes. Like you had white patent leather shoes.
So piety has to do with what you wear.
It had to do with what you wear, how you appeared in church. There was you would never be you wouldn't think the minister would have a drink. That kind of thing. I think, at least that's what I think piety is. And that the more you read the Bible, the better you would be. The more you memorized scripture, the better you would be.
So there's a word piety and there's a word pious.
Yes.
And
are they not the same thing?
They're not necessarily the same thing. They're related. Piety is a way of living and a way of structuring, and Presbyterians have been wonderful at that.
Yeah.
Pious is, I'm just thinking off the cuff, but I think pious turns into, there's some negative connotations with pious.
Are there not with piety as well?
Well, I think there could, we thought about it when I was studying a long time ago.
Back in the
that
day.
It was a structure. A piety was more of a structure. But what I'm trying to say is we often call someone pious and we turn our nose up at them thinking they're being overly pious, overly stuck up about their faith or their life. And that's not necessarily what the word piety means.
Okay.
There could be... that's why I really like the whole idea about pie and tea. And maybe I know. Since you talked about clothes, we can have piety.
Piety.
And I will wear a piety. Okay, I'm stopping. No more silly things. You say something silly with the marshmallows. Anyway. Piety. Piety is a way of structuring your life, a way of being decent and order and respectful.
I guess, which to me is pious.
Yeah.
Which isn't negative. It's just what it is. It's following a sort of discipline. But
it's not being overly. I don't think the founders of our faith was teaching. They weren't teaching us to be overly.
Oh, I disagree.
Pious.
I think John Knox. I think that at that day of a totally different time, hundreds of years ago, of course. But I do think that they.
Well, then
there was a code of behavior. There were rules. I mean, decent and in order, and that is being that's piety. That's being pious.
Then I'll restate myself.
Okay.
Then we need to not be overly the negative
it's
part
like righteous.
of it.
Righteous isn't a bad thing. We always think it has to do with self-righteous.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that's what you hear with pious.
Yeah.
It's automatically a negative.
Well, and then what happens is if a whole community, has a code of a certain way that they have to behave in order to please God, then what I think happens, whether it happens or not, people that are not churchgoers see that as how one gets to God or how one gets saved.
Okay.
And then what happens is it gets misunderstood with why they're doing it.
Because you're making up new rules when Jesus said the only law is to love your neighbor as yourself.
Yeah.
And there's piety in that.
Totally.
And so maybe you got some. So maybe piety needs to be restated.
Too silly.
Maybe we need to help redefine piety.
Yeah, really.
Because because obviously we are too pious for this moment, and
just pretend it's hot
Oh
chocolate.
yeah.
Put some in our hot chocolate.
See if you get a hot chocolate.
Just leave it there. See how good you get.
So perhaps someone.
Did we do a good job with piety?
Well,
I don't know. You tell us. Did we do a good job with piety?
We can't grade ourselves.
No, we can't grade ourselves.
And the whole idea too. The idea of spinning Mary's halo of theology is not to give you complete answers.
No.
And in the conversation, we're just starting the conversation, and
and also we're not like very smart.
Well, we're very. I beg to differ, but we are very, very smart. We are.
Oh, that was
We are the most. We are the most intelligent two in this room.
I agree with that. That is a faux show.
That got it. Okay, enough of this piety and pious. Now you got me.
So you know what? Spin your halo.
Spin your halo and see where you go.
Juggle with it and let it be a mirage. Let it, just.
I love that Jesus story.
I do too.
I'm going to read it again.
Yeah.
So have some pie and some tea. And have a great day. Remember that you are loved.
You are.
And we're here, and we love being with you.
Yes, and go be the hands and feet of Christ with your halo and all that.
Exactly. Share us.
And all those things.
Yeah, on social network. We need to grow our family.
We certainly do. Right. Later.
Bye.